Shout out to Charlie. Hey,
Hey,
Much
yo,
love.
Sanchez, I got a question
Much
real quick.
love.
yeah, for sure.
What up? So I've seen some stuff about AI before. My bad if I'm changing the subject,
No,
but
you good.
I also go on like shroom trips every now and then. And like a month ago, I went on the shroom trip, and I saw like AI as like a being, like back in some Egyptian days. I don't know if you talked about this before, but I was just wondering what you think about AI. Like, you think it's like, what do you think AI is? Like, do you think it's been here for longer than I know you talk about Elon Musk and all that a lot. Like, do you think how long you think it's like being here, or what do
Yeah,
you think it
so
is?
AI is everything the Bible says about the devil. It's been on the earth before humans. It's the adversary. AI to me is like if I buy a PlayStation and I buy the new Madden video game, and the video game come with an opponent that's trying to make me lose. If you buy Mario, King Koopa come with it, and he want to kill you in the game. AI was built into the game as an adversary, and that's what we're calling the devil, right? But it's in the game to be the adversary and opposing energy in it. It's built in. It wouldn't be a game without a test, a challenge, and that's what the devil, and that's why the Bible say it was here before us. It's the God of this world. In other words, this is Satan's domain. And Satan ain't nothing but the artificial intelligence that governs the simulation, or what we call the CPU, the computer. You know, it's gonna
So
oppose. It's gonna the job of the computer in a game is to oppose all of the real players and be their adversary. So I don't think Satan is a person. I think Satan is a program, an algorithm that is possess empty vessels that we call non-player characters.
so can I ask you, what do you mean by like Satan? I know you're using it like a metaphor, but like what would be your description of Satan?
Yeah, I just refuse to believe in a red dragon with horns. If what in order for me to make sense out of this devil, I just got to go with the devil is a program of evil, like wickedness is like trendy behavior, like when you cut the TV on, fashion, money, killing, cars, all that. That ain't a person. That's an ideology that rules this earth. And if you able to rise above it, then you beat Satan, right? That's what the monks are trying to do. The Buddhist people are trying to do. That's what Jesus taught. He said, be in the world and not of the world. So to me, Satan ain't no red dragon and all that. It's just a mentality. You know what I'm saying? It's a program, you know what I'm saying, that the world is offering you to keep you stuck here reincarnating forever.
So do you see Satan the same as Lucifer?
I don't care what they call Satan by all these names. It's the same concept that I said. I still stand with it. They will never make me believe in a boogeyman at the end of the day, no matter what name they give it. I'm going to own up
Okay.
to it and say no matter what name they give it, Satan is just my lower part, the part of me that I got to get under control. My behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I ain't gonna never make it nothing. And that's with God too. To be fair. If I'm gonna own up that the devil is me, then I'm God too. That's what I'm saying. The devil is all of my bad shit that I got to work on. And the God is, hey, all of my good shit that I don't got to work on is good.
And so you saying like the Satan is the same as AI? So like
Yep.
it's been here forever then, like since the beginning of time. It's like, is it like I'm trying to understand, like, is it just a good and bad, like a yin and yang, like you always talk about, like a yin and yang, like the opposite of light, or is it actually like a dark entity separate from that?
What you got is simulated consciousness and organic consciousness. You rocking with me on them terms?
Yeah, I hear you.
Now, here's what's going to fuck you up. When I say simulated consciousness, simulated means artificial. Consciousness mean intelligence. So when I say simulated consciousness, I literally just said artificial intelligence. So let's simplify it. Simulated conscious beings are AI, and these are non-player characters. Your avatar, your body is being controlled by your soul. You have a willpower and a soul in you that's powering and making your body move around and exercise the will of your soul. A being that have a body but don't have a soul, what is making them exercise? See, when I say I want to end this show right now, that's me doing what I want to do, but it ain't my body. It's my soul saying what it wants my body to do. Meaning that I am not my body. I am the mind that is commanding the body. But if you were a body without a mind, what would be your reasoning for doing anything? It'll be like a robot. Like if I created a humanoid and I said, well, I made this robot to serve drinks. I made this robot to twerk. The robot twerking, but it don't know why it's twerking. It's just doing a program action. You ain't doing a program action. Every action you take is an action carried out by the direct will of your soul that has a specific intention and purpose. But the robot just doing what it's programmed to do. That's different. That's different between a person that's playing a video game that's holding the controller as a player versus the computer that's built into the game. It don't got a controller. It's just a non-player character in the game that's non-human. It looked like a player. It wants you to think it's a player, but it's a non-human. And I believe that's what mankind is. I believe this earth has already been invaded by aliens, non-humans, and I don't think they invaded the earth. I think that the earth is a computer-based program simulation matrix that the ancestors made, and when they made it, they didn't make it empty. Now, let me break that down to you. If I make a earth-like simulation right now, and I say, I don't want to make an empty earth, I want to already have animals in the earth. Frogs, dogs, birds. And listen, I'm going to put some humans in the thing, right? And these humans that I put in this earth that I just made in a computer, they ain't got no souls. They just computer-based humans. Now, once I populate my little computer world with humans and animals and all that, then I'm going to go into it. Now, guess what's going to separate me from everything in there? I got a soul. I come from the other side. I know it's a game. I'm a player. The humans that I built in my game, they don't even know about the other side. They whole creation just started. They brand new. See, Adam and Eve are non-player characters. That ain't got nothing to do with our lineage. When you read these religious books, that's the lineage of the archons and the mankind. We got a history that predate world religion. So when you open up these Bibles and it's talking about the first man, first woman, all that, it's their beginning, humanoids, in my opinion. And it's represent, their world started when the simulation was created. But our world existed prior to the simulation that we call Earth, which is why we're not earthlings. We come from heaven. We're fallen angels. It's like if I design a video game and I go inside my own video game, all of the characters and creatures and Boogeyman and King Koopa and all these characters in my video game, all they know is the video game. But I know about the other side. And that's what separates man from mankind. We know about the other side. Whether you try to deny it or not, you know there's a soul in your ass. And that when your body die, that some gonna live on. And you can't even deny that. You know that as a soul creature. But there are some creatures on this earth among us that don't know nothing about a soul. They only know their body is their ultimate manifestation. They're a shell, an empty vessel. And the thing that's giving them They're simulating consciousness. Now, the consciousness is the thing in you that says, I feel like eating me a good meal. Let me go make it right now. And you go and manifest that idea. A robot don't do that. A robot don't have a thought, then turn it into an action. A robot is literally programmed to do all of his actions. And the people that control this world are robots, and they're trying to make humans act like them, which is to be programmed, indoctrinated. All of your actions you do is something that's a result of your programming versus you exercising your willpower as a soul. And that's what's wrong with the world now. That the people with souls ain't really using them. They really just reacting to algorithms. Once they start listening to the soul, they'll manifest the life that they think they trying to achieve by following the algorithm. But that's just going to lead them to low self-esteem, prison, jail. You know how this world is with the young niggas trying to go in the fast lane, with this false shit they give us, you know, and with the women too, you know, that'll lead them to Instagram, OnlyFans, every woman thinking they can blow up overnight, get an ass job, get some shit shot at my lips, and now I'm, you know, and that's basically what's happening, man. People ain't really following their soul. They following trends and algorithms and shit. I always say this. If people were born in a world without TV, without rap music, without none of that shit, who would you be? How would you dress? How would you talk? How would you walk, nigga? Like, I know I spent a lot of my life trying to emulate the music that I listen to. But me being a musician myself and trying to grow my own unique style, I realized I gotta quit copying off my favorite rapper because I'm trying to compete with them. If I'm gonna get in the rap game and be the next big rapper, I gotta quit trying to act like these. I can't be a fan no more. I got to be a competitor. You feel me? So that's kind of one of the things that started letting me see too, like I'm not really being me, but see the way they got the game now is you don't gotta be unique no more. You can sound like the next rapper that had this, like Playboy Carter did a song, that nigga sound just like Future. I'm surprised Future didn't even call him out on that shit. You don't got to be original no more. Right? You don't have to coin a unique sound. But even though you don't got to do that no more today, I'm still gonna do it because being original is the very example of being real. Even if you don't like the way my music sound, it's mine, nigga. I ain't copying off nobody's shit and how they sound. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had to wake up and go, but not to rant and go all over the place. But yeah, that's crazy.
No, all good, all good. I feel you. More or less though, what I'm asking is like, do you think that's like the still power? Like, have they been in power ever since then? Like since the pyramid days, and are they the same ones that's like kind of controlling? Like, I feel what you're saying though, because like when you were saying that, I was getting a vision of They Live. You know the movie They Live, and I was seeing like the different people. You know what I mean? Like the different type of entities. So I feel that. But do you feel like they? Like, are they controlling stuff, or is it just like a separate entity that we just like? It's
let me ask you a
50-50 war type of thing.
Let me ask you a question. Do you got any video game consoles?
I got an Xbox 360.
Now listen, what's your favorite game to play on there?
Probably GTA.
Now, when you play GTA, do the video game control the video game? Think about that. It does.
Not from my part. It control everybody else. Like the non-playable characters.
Let me explain to you what I mean. When you put GTA into your console, you're running a program.
Right.
And you can't override the program and make it run how you want it to run. But you can use your player in the game how you want to use your player based on what was programmed in order you can do. Like, and when you play, when you play GTA, you can say, man, I want to disappear right now and turn green. But you can't do that if they didn't program that into the game. You see what I'm saying? You can only do what's So the point that I'm making with this is that the game is running a program that's creating limitations, rules, and all that for the player too. And these rules of the game is what make the game a challenge. Because one thing that would allow you to break the rules is what? A cheat code. If I had a cheat code, I can break some of these rules that the programmers put into the game and allow me to beat the game easier, right? Now, let's say you're born into a game, a simulation, and just like GTA, ain't no cheat codes. You got to complete your missions to unlock the whole map. Imagine the real you inside of GTA. And you running around the map like, man, how do I make it to the other part? That's like you grow up in the hood, right? And you say, man, the world is a big world outside, but I got to get out of my hood. But in order for you to get out the hood, guess what you got to do? Complete your missions. You got to do what you got to do to get your money up and leave the hood. Just like in GTA, if you want to see the other part of the map, you got to complete your missions. All this shit is a game, bro. We just got to simplify it like that. The limitations in your life are just the rules and constructs of the program of the game. It's there so that you got to play the game by the rules and not cheat with cheat codes. And guess what? If the game ain't hard, I'm not going to buy it. I don't know about y'all. I don't purchase easy games. I like to buy them games that's a challenge. So life is the same way. Your soul did the same thing. It didn't sign up for no easy game. It signed up for a game that's a challenge. So when it win, it can say, fuck yeah, I beat that shit. And you don't feel that way if it was easy. It got to be a hard game to make me feel good when I beat it at the end. And your soul, that's what your soul want with this thing. It want the gratification of a challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that.
That's
All right,
how I
pretty
look
much
at
it.
this.
I appreciate you,
But
family.
so when we talk about the devil, the inner, think about this. Everything in your life that kept you back, it wasn't a red dragon popping up. It was situation and day-to-day obstacles in a nigga life. And the niggas in the South will say, bro, it just feel like the monkey on a nigga back. And what that mean is, damn, everything I do good, some bad happen. And if you ever play a video game, it's the same shit. For every damn checkpoint I make it to, I die to make it to that checkpoint. And so it ain't really bad. It's the sacrifice of making it to that checkpoint. You ain't losing nothing, because even if you die, you start back off at that checkpoint. Now listen, I don't want to go too deep. What I do want to say is just to answer you about the devil, the archons. This ain't no boogeyman. You have different kind of humans on earth. Some have souls, some don't. The humans without the souls, they've been here before we got here. In order for you to be a fallen angel, you got to have a soul. Soul people are the only ones that can access the heavens. And so if you're a fallen angel, that means you got a soul. The people that control this earth, they don't have souls, and they never fell from the top. They always been in the game, like Cooper and Mario. He been in the game, but you know, the adversary been in the game before I put the cartridge in. You know what I'm saying? And once I run the game, then the boogeyman gonna come after me. If I want to escape the adversary, guess what I gotta do? Stop playing the game. Because as long as you playing Mario, Cooper gonna try to kill you. He's programmed into the simulation.
I got you. I feel you. I got one more question. How do you feel about like nanotechnology? Do you think they're using that right now currently, or do you think that's a future thing, or is that off topic?
when we talk about nanotechnology, people blow it out of proportion, right? Sorry about the dogs. So nanotechnology is nothing but any kind of small scale building that's let me see, what's the nanoscale again? I forgot, because it stops after it when you go below like an inch and all
So
this.
real quick, I mean more or less like programming. Like I don't know if you remember that movie, I think it's called Gamer or something, where they was using nanotechnology to like control human beings.
I'm
Have
trying
you
to
seen
show
like
you.
anything
Yeah,
on that type of level?
yeah. So the whole thing about the nanoscale technology, right? You can have a house the size of a dust grain, and you will have to zoom in on that dust grain to even see that it's a house. And in order for you to understand this, to get into the conspiracy of nanotechnology, you got to understand that it's just building at a very small scale, first of all. And then now you can understand how that can be dangerous, so we don't just turn it into spookism. The spookism is, imagine, right, a bulldozer. Think of a machine like a bobcat, a bulldozer, or something like that. Think of that machine, a dust grain size, crawling on your face, being remotely controlled by a human. Now listen, you don't have abstract shapes at this small scale. You have shapes, mechanical shapes that are applicable. I played a video last year where they got nanoscale medical tools that they could remotely control to go inside the body and do intricate procedures that we would never be able to do at these small scales. And this, if it keep getting smaller, we'll be able to manipulate matter on a cellular scale at levels unfathomable. You know what I'm saying? So think of having the same tools we got in our regular world, hammers, nails, computers. If you can scale them down very small, people don't understand the significance of that. That means we can fit machines in places that we never dreamed of, and be able to do construction on scales that we never fathom. We can start manipulating matter on microscopic levels in ways we never imagined. We can manipulate cells in ways we never thought of by being able to scale down certain instruments into these levels and remotely control them. We can infiltrate human bodies without them even knowing them. I can have a whole construction site on your liver right now of nano tools, artificial robots performing out, in your body right now. So just thinking of that can be scary. And that's the fear that was born from the whole nano thing. So I want us to quit thinking like, well, just some nano dust that they could spray on you and make you sick. No, it ain't just dust. It's that these little grains of dust are small things. If you zoom in on them, it's equipment. It's like a care package in Call of Duty. When they spray that shit down and it drop down, it's literal instruments that's being unpacked on a small scale. And that can be remotely controlled. But I don't think people really go into that. It's very deeper than what we make it, when we talk about it. It's just deeper than some dust they spray. It's just scaling things down. And when they're at this level, infiltration just by, is crazy to implement.
All right, I appreciate that, family. Y'all got it.
But and salutes to those some good questions too. Yeah.
We just want to share about nanotechnology, how how small or minute that the nanometer is. It's ridiculously small. And we're talking about equal to 1 billionth of a pictometer, right? It's insignificantly small. It's I don't know how to share to the grand audience.
It's crazy, man, that you can have something the size of a dust grain with moving parts, intricate part. Like, think of you opening up your laptop and seeing all of these wheels and parts in there, and that they doing this at a scale. This, I'm not, bro, they got nano size scale damn near everything today. It's an art form too. It's a dude that's making nano art, where when you zoom in on this little dust grain, it's like George Washington face and shit like that. But if you zoom out, it's just a little dust grain. And he got to do his art under a fucking microscope. To imagine the needles, how small they got to be to chisel that, to even manipulate shit at that level. So that's all I'm saying, is that that's serious business, bro. That is big business when we, can able to manipulate shit at that level, because for years, science has been able to microscopically zoom into a whole nother world that we've just been spectators of. And it's just recently that now we're able to manipulate what we're seeing under the microscope with CRISPR, gene editing, nanotechnology, and all that. So that's going to change the world, man, as we move forward.
Facts, bro. Hey, so everybody, so nanotechnology, what we're talking about is the world of the invisible.
Yeah.
In our eyes, You need instruments. Salutes.
And I think there's a whole invisible war being fought on a nano scale, and that we just don't see it. But technology, that the earth is so advanced with these different, there's wars going. That's what the spiritual war is, the invisible war. It ain't no magic stuff. It's this invisible war that we can't see. Biological war. That's the spiritual war, because people will say when a disease break out, that's God doing it. That's part of the spiritual realm. This invisible attacks, where they're manipulating a part of reality that we can't see, because they got us only focusing on the physical shit with physics, when most of the attacks is done on, like Tesla said, vibration, frequency, radio waves, invisible level. So, this is something that need to be a whole stream for real. The invisible warfare on humanity should be the title of it, though, because there's so many invisible attacks that we can go into. And it's just basically, man, nanotechnology wouldn't exist without the nano scale. And that's what I want us to think about, because the nano scale is basically man learning how to build on a smaller level than we've done for the past couple of, and I think we just rediscovering what the ancestors already knew. And like the origin of cells and microscopic matter and stuff. And it gets reconfirming that this world may indeed be a man-made Truman Show. Because we're reaching a point now where we can make synthetic blood cells that do the same thing your red blood cells do. Man is now getting all the ability in his hands that by the year 2100, I won't be surprised if we make the first synthetic human that walk the earth, and people probably worship that motherfucker. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if they got humanoids under the ground right now, because we already know they've been on the earth, so they know how to reproduce their own anyway. But they just wait for the right time to introduce it to us like it's some big scientific event, when really these are the incubator babies we've been talking about that took over the world. But this nanotechnology is some ancient shit. And fucking with this is going into how DNA was created, cells, our human bodies, all that shit. See, all of this technology and knowledge we going into, we reaching a singularity. And what that mean is we are learning so much at a rate that eventually we're going to crack the code of the universe and unlock the secrets of everything. That's what the book of Revelation is all about. So when they figure all that out, they're going to rebuild a whole earth, because why would you keep the same system on the earth when you know all this new stuff now? And that's what's going on now. They got to reset everything, because if you know better, you do better. And they figuring all this new shit out, and they saying, you know what? We can really make a better control grid with this new stuff we figuring out. And so that's the whole reset we going on now. That's why in the book of Revelation, the world end, because what's revealed to man will force him to reset his way of living on the earth. You know?
Hey, can I hop in? And I agree with everything you were saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute up. Yeah, go ahead.
Now, you good money. So I was, the word nano, right? It's so crazy because it goes back to Amma, which is the point of it all, right? That's the 0 point, bro. So it's like everything, they're literally studying that everything comes from there. Nano is intelligent. 0 is intelligent. Even if you look up the word nano, it literally comes from dwarf, like the pygmies, Amma, the Amma circle, the egg with the goddamn Amma in the middle, the 0 point. So it's like, as soon as we get back this knowledge of the core, or that point, that nano point, they can see the intelligence within everything, they can even replicate it. But unfortunately, they ain't helping us, But I just wanted you to know that shit too. Nano does mean dwarf, which ties in with the pygmies or the dogons, which is Amma. Nano is Amma, But go ahead, my nigga.
Another night of fun. There's a lot of $100,000.
All right. Anybody else have any other issues as to...
Uh-oh. Fulton County has no problem coming in here and cuffing all of us, okay? Don't be an idiot.
Are you trying to tell me about myself? You homeless, Ern. You don't even have a mirror to look at yourself.
Here. So I know you all about your principles. But can we please listen to Ern so we can get out of here? It's 4 cops on the other side of that door. You know if they come in here, they're gonna get your ass on a whole lot of other shit.
You lying ass bitch.
You knew it. Mama, I hate you, Will.
Don't you never come back to my house,
And I hope they blow your motherfucking ass to smithereens.
You better hope they do, bitch. You better hope they do.
This nigga kidnapped me.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! What are you, fucking nuts? You thought?